Here in Arizona, members of the Venezuelan immigrant community took the opportunity to let their voices be heard as well. This after an anti-war group based in Tucson held a demonstration advocating for the U.S. not to meddle in the Venezuelan conflict.
Hands off! Venezuela! Libertad! Libertad!
It's like if you have a neighbor and you see your neighbor being abused, or what do you do?
For Ricardo Hines, that's the question he and other Venezuelans supporting humanitarian aid for his country are asking.
Si se puede!
He was one of dozens of demonstrators rallying Saturday in Tucson's Armory Park, where both sides of the Venezuelan conflict came face to face. A presidential tug-of-war between Nicolás Maduro and Juan Guaidó has left Venezuela in the midst of intense social and political turmoil.
20 years of misery.
Here in Arizona, as one side claims the country lacks food and basic medicine, the other stands firm on Maduro's side, arguing aid is not needed.
There's not a shortage of food. There's a shortage of money because of the hyperinflation. And all of this is a political and economic weapon to make the Maduro government look ineffective, look brutal.
Others, though, disagree.
So our jobs is to try to explain as best as possible to those who haven't lived it, who haven't left their families, who haven't witnessed this misery.
Aside from the Venezuelans that came here to advocate about humanitarian aid into their country, the opposite group, Tucson Anti-War Committee, also came out here to share their message.
Let's take care of the problems here at home first. For the counter-demonstrators here that want the aid to come in, the better demand is to get the United States to lift the sanctions.
Isabel Garcia, a Mexican immigrant rights activist,
And we have to resist!
also says she wants Venezuela to come out of this situation without the help of the U.S.
Yes, do I want Venezuelan people to have medicines and food? Absolutely. But I want the United States out of it.
But for Venezuelans like Hines, they see U.S. aid and support as one of the last lifelines for his country as it lives day after day in chaos.
It's just that there is no medication, people are dying, kids are, starving, kids are eating from the trash cans.
Organizers of the Tucson Anti-War Committee also presented a letter to the Office of the U.S. State Department in Tucson demanding for the United States to not get involved in the Venezuelan conflict. Members of the Venezuelan community in Arizona say they plan on continuing advocating for a political and social change in their home country.